everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you see in a moment also. And if you do and you're not subscribed to the channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. We have here what we use for the DIY, and of course we use the smaller tumbling tower blocks, and you find the measurement in the description down below for the bigger blocks, the smaller blocks, so you can pair them with your own blocks. So again, we have here the container with everything inside. Just make your own container what you use, but the most important is of course the wood glue. I have here some paint, and use some paint at your choice. This is just an example, and of course an old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. These are the most important things we need for this DIY. Of course later a couple of things, but you see that in a moment. What we're going to make, we are going to make a tray, but a tray with a twist. So we will see how this will turn out. You see already the mat is full with my blocks, so I have 5 rows of 12. So 5 rows of 12, lay them flat on your table, and you're going to do the smallest line of the block. You're going to do some glue, and you just row them very simple together this way. Just take your time for it, because you don't want that it gets one big mess. It's a lot of blocks, so we're going to easy do this way and over here. And also with this tray you can make it as big as you like. You don't have to do this size. You can size it up, but you also can size it down. So and if you want to have more inspiration of trays, always go look on Google or maybe Pinterest or YouTube. There are so many beautiful creators, so go check it out. If you don't like this, totally fine, just check out, because there are so many beautiful people who make DIYs. So not everyone has the same taste, so I totally understand. And of course we're going to do it always here step by step if you're new here, so you can easily do this together right now with me. And at least I hope you are doing this also together with me, so we can do this together. And we are going already to the almost the last, and this one, and you see. And of course with trays, I like to decorate with trays. I have them on my saloon table. I have them on my saloon table, you call it maybe coffee table, I think, a coffee table. And of course on my dinner table I have my trays, because I like to find drifted decor, and I like find placing things and change it up. But I also am a person who likes that it is that the look is clean. I don't know if I say that right, because maybe I'm a very person who is really secure in things. So it must be I like a lot of things, but also organize and get it in one piece. I don't know if I explain it right, but at least that's why I have trays. So it's always in the tray, and the look is still that you just a quiet look, at least, and where your head is not running over from. I don't know how I say this in English. Never mind. So I'm going to squeeze this together, because this is a little tricky, because 12 blocks is tricky to get together. And again, squeeze it at the end real hard. But that's why you have to start from the inside to the outside, because you don't want that things are popping out, because when you're going to push it, the chance is that it will break out. I have it already so many times. So if it happens, don't worry, just glue them together again. Always go back and again squeeze it. You see, you saw already I was pressing out the outside and they want to pop out, and again squeeze it. And now the last, and then we're going to easy clean it up, and we're going to do the back side. And again we're going to give it some pressure from the side. We're going to clean it up, take our wet towel. Of course it's not totally wet, I just did it the water out. And what you must do is do it fast. Place it on the side, clean up your mat, and then place it down and do the back side also. But go back and place it in a straight line again. If you have a carpenter square, then it's totally fine. You just place it down. So we do it over here. Do it fast, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and then you do the back side. And again, go back, make sure that you have a nice straight line. You do here the same, and I only do this one together with you, so don't worry. And the mat, and now we do this side. I do it a little faster. You do this side, place it straight up, clean up, and you just turn it over and do this side. You do here the same, and you just move it. This one is already settling down, and we do the back side. And now we're going to let it dry in for at least only a half minute. So now we're going to do it very easy. We just place them on the side this way, and they are still not dry. So just work a little bit, do it quietly, not too harsh. And of course over here we're going to do some glue on the side. We place this one on the side. We do here some glue over here, and we do this one over here, and only in number 4, and we place this one over here. And now we're going to easy roll them together until one piece this way, and number 4 and number 5. And now we're going to gently fill in the open gaps. Just take your time for it. That's why we only wait a half minute. We just gently go and squeeze it in, and also go back to the sides and make sure that you have a nice straight line. And again, fill it in. Take your time for it until you are happy with how the result is, and then clean it up and let it dry. And especially with this big pieces, you see the blocks which are really not fitting nicely, but we have to work with it, I always say, because it's a waste of your time and money to throw it away. So that's why we also use them. So again, up, and you just easy glue it together again. I'm going to clean it up and let it dry in for at least an hour. So now we have 2 rows of 4. So 2 rows of 4. We do some glue on the top over here, and you just roll them together and this way. And number 4 is the closure up. You do it over here. You do it on this one and this one and over here. So again, this way, and you're going to squeeze it, and we're going to wipe away the glue. And you see, he still goes out of each other, but it doesn't matter. You just easily glue it back together again. You're just going to do it on the side, clean it up over here, and you see, just turn the other side and just glue it back together again. That's why I also show you this, because everyone has the same problem with the blocks. They fall out of each other or they don't glue. You see, over here you just place them down again, and you just clean it up, and we are going to let them dry in for a couple of minutes. So you see already, I did take my bottom, and I have one of the 4 here, one of the 4 here. Place it on the side. We do some glue on the smallest line of the block. So very easy. And we place this one on the side, and we do very easy some glue over here, and just place it down this way and just place it against each other. And you do here the same, and then gently fill in as much as you can the open gaps. So again, squeeze it, press it down, and now we're going to let this rest also at least a half hour until an hour. So now we have the bottom of the tray, and of course we are going to now do the sides, and we're going to start with the longest side. We have 8 loose blocks, so 8 loose blocks. We're going to place 2 of them. We're going to do some glue on this one, and of course I don't know why my glue is not coming out. You see already it's not coming. Oh my, I have to save the problem. So I fixed my problem. So I'm going to place this down. I'm going to do some glue on this side, and on this side, and I do it over here the same, and on this side, and I'm going to place this one against here, place this one against here, and we fill it up with this one. So again, you're going to squeeze it, and you're just going to redo it. Make sure that everything stays nicely inside of the lines, and you're going to wipe away the glue and then go back and make sure that you have it still inside of the line, because you don't want that pieces of the wood are sticking out. And again, you're going to place it on this side, clean it up, and do also this side. And then you're going to place it over here. We're going to get 2 of them here, 2 of them here, and we're going to do, for one side we have to make 2 of this one, and then we need a couple of loose blocks, but you see that in a moment. So this is only for one long side. So again, you're going to squeeze it, fill it in with this one, and you give it some pressure. We're going to wipe away the glue, and always be careful that it doesn't go totally wrong. So again, press it down, and you just turn it over very quick, and do this side also. And then you're going to give it, I think, 1 until 2 minutes is more than enough. So now we have 5 loose blocks. So what we're going to do, we place 1 over here. We're going to do some glue on this side, and place it here. You do 1 on this side, and on this side, and you place 1 over here. Then you fill it up with this one. So very carefully, just lightly give it a little bit of pressure, feel in, and make sure that the blocks are going in a straight line. Now you're going to get another loose block over here. You do it on this side, and you place it on this corner. You do the same with this one and this one, and you place it over here, and you fill it up with your last loose block, and you're going to gently fill it in. Make sure that you have a nice straight line this way. And now we're going to clean it up and let it rest for at least 10 until 15 minutes. So this was for one long side, and of course we have 2. So we're going to start with 1 over here, 2 over here, and 1 over here, and we do the same. Just some glue on this side, and of course I do it a little faster on this side, just glue it over here and place this one here. You do here the same over here, and I'm going to place this one against here, and this one over here, and we're going to fill it in with this one, and just press it together, make sure that you have it in a straight line. I'm going to clean it up and let it dry in for a little moment. So now again, we're going to do some loose block over here. We have our 5 loose block. We place 1 over here, we place 1 over here, we double it up, we fill it in with this one, very easy. We do again some loose block over here and over here. And now the last loose block, and we fill it in, and so it will be one piece. We gently squeeze it together, not too hard, because we don't want that something is jumping out. So gently give it some pressure, and I'm going to leave it a little minute, and then I'm going to clean it. So now we have the shorter side, and we have 9 loose blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 of them here, 2 of them over here. We make 2 loose pieces of this. Of course I need to do it this way, and we make a same, like a little rectangle shape like we did earlier, this way, and just fill it in. We do here the same over here and over here. We do some glue over here, and on this side fill it in over here, the same here and here, and gently fill it in with this one. And again, we're going to squeeze it, give the shape we need, and we're going to let it rest for a little moment, and then we're going to clean it up this way. So now we have the last loose block, and what we're going to do, we do a little bit of glue over here on this side, and we do a little glue on this side. Place it down, and we just easy fill in this other loose block. So again, squeeze it, press it together, get a small brush like this, and you just go along the sides to remove the glue which you don't need, because or later it looks very not nice and not a great look to see. So again, we're going to press it down, and we're going to make the second one. So the same one is of course also the other side of the smaller one, so I place them already over here so you can see easy how fast it goes. But like I told you, I always do step by step, so for everyone who likes to see it in totally, we do all the steps in this way and just fill it in with this one. We do some glue on this one, over here, and this one. And we're going to let it dry in for a little moment before we're going to glue everything together. So again, also with this one, we do some glue on this side, place it down. We do some glue on this side, on the smallest line, place it down, and we place our loose block exactly in the middle again, the same like we did with the other one. Place it down, press it together, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line, and you get your small brush again, and you're going to wipe away the glue on both of the sides and this way. So now we have taken out our bigger pieces, so of the bigger sides I can better say. And of course, like we have on the smallest side, you see already we have a little bit of a sticking out to give it a little bit of texture. And I want to do this also on the outside of the wider sides. Of course, I see here a little bit glue sticking out, and that's not what we like. So I'm going to place this one here. So I'm going to get my loose blocks. And you see already, I don't do them on the sides. I only do them on the 3 of the insides over here. So you do some glue over here and you just place it on top. You do some glue, place it on top. And you do here the same. Place it on top, exactly over the other one. You do here the same. Place it on top. And here the same. And the last. And then I'm going to look for that I have it really in a straight line, and I'm going to press it down and press it down, and then I'm going to clean it up with my brush. So if everything is correctly, you have now your bottom, you have 2 of the longer side, and you have 2 of the smaller sides. So what we're going to do, we are going to do very easy. We are going to place the smaller sides. Of course, we do some glue under here, over here, small line. And we place it over here, and we place it a little at the ending over here, this way. And we do for the same with this one. And I'm going to place it over here. Of course, I need to go a little bit to this way, not totally there. And this one needs to stick out a little bit more. So that's why I don't press it yet. I'm going to get a smaller of the wider one. I'm going to do some glue on the underside. Over here. And I'm going to do it a little on the inside and on this side. And if everything is correctly, I can fill it in over here. This way. I have to look for that I have it on the outside. I'm going to fill it in with this one. And on this side with this one. And I'm still not going to press it yet. I'm going to do some glue over here. And of course I need to glue it over here, so we need some glue here. And on this side. And if everything is correctly, I can easily fill it in on this side, this way, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure this way, and we're going to go a little to this side because we are a little bit too much on this side, so we go a little piece I always say it is just like kind of a little precision work you have to do, and just go and fill everything nicely until the shape you like, because no one can tell you how you like it and what's fitting for you. So just go ahead and just make sure if you have the shape, then you're going to let it dry in for at least an hour and a half. So now we have the tray, and of course I told you mine will be a little bit with a twist because I'm going to make a stand with a sign on top. Of course you don't have to do it. I will make mine a little bit in the gingerbread style, so it will be a gingerbread tray. So I need 14 blocks if I'm correctly, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, sorry, 16. We are going to do first 3 sets of 2. And then we see how many blocks we in totally need. Again, we do some glue on the smallest line over here and over here. And on this side also. So we're going to squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, and make sure that we have a straight line. We're going to clean them up and to let them dry in for a half minute. So now we have our 3 pieces of 2. We're going to do some glue on the side, some glue on this side, and we make one little plank out of it. So again, squeeze it, feel with your fingers also the side, so you have a best straight line as you can have. I know it is sometimes difficult working with blocks which are not straight totally. Do the back side, and we can do it this way. We place it over here. What we're going to do right now, we make 2 sets of 3. So this way, we do some glue on the tops, some glue on this top, and roll them together. We do it over here and on this one, and just easy squeeze it together and this way, and we're going to wipe away the glue from the front side, and we just easy move it to the other side. You do here the same, do it on this side also, and let it dry in for a half minute. So now we place one on this side and one on this side of the little plank. We do some glue on this side, and we do it on this side. Place it down, and we place this one straight up and this one straight up, and we gently, only on the underside, we're going to give it some pressure. And over here, press from the underside, not from the top side, or else you will go this way. And now we're going to get our small brush, because you see probably that there is some glue sticking out. So we're going to go around the lines, and we're going to let this dry in for, I think 10 minutes. So in the meantime, the top is drying. We have our 4 blocks, and we do very easy. Do some glue on this one, place it up, do some glue on this one, and you're going to place it up. You place it down, squeeze them, place it down, squeeze them, and you're going to let them dry in for a little moment. So now we have our 2 blocks. We're doing some glue on the top of one, and we're going to glue them together. Make sure that you glue them on both sides the same. So again, we're going to wipe away the glue, turn it over this side, and of course the back side. And you're going to let this dry in also a couple of minutes. So now we have our tray, and I'm going to glue my ball on the inside of this one. So you have always a middle over here. So I'm going to glue some glue over here, and I'm going to place this one exactly on top of the other ones. So give it some pressure, feel with your fingers, and make sure that you have it in the middle, because that's what you want. Wipe away the glue over here and on this side, and then we're going to let this dry in for at least now 10 minutes before we're going to glue the top over here. So now we have our tray with our pole, and of course we have our loose sign. We are going to paint it first, and I'm going to do mine in the white color. My spray paint is empty, so I need to buy a new one, but in this moment I'm going to use my white acrylic paint. So I'm going to do both of them in the white color. You can choose any color, of course, you like. So my tray is white, and of course the sign is white. I did go to my stash and I did cut this gingerbread silhouettes. Of course, this is just from the thin wood. You can also cut them out from a piece of thicker cardboard, so you don't have to use this one. I order always, like a lot of you already know, on Temu, and of course you can buy it probably everywhere. So, but you also can do it, like I told you, from cardboard. I have 3. I'm going to use, think, 2. So I have my cutting tool, and I'm going to do one of the legs. I'm going to try to cut a little a little piece in, so, and just try to cut it. And I don't know if it will work or not, but, and you can do it with your scissor, but I don't know if your scissors are working afterwards. So don't blame me. So I'm just going to cut, and or else I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to get my jigsaw and I'm going to cut off a little piece, because this is not really working. You see, maybe with my scissor it does work. This works a little better. I'm really surprised that it does work a little better. So I already have one cut over here. I'm going to do another cut a little higher and get it off here this way. So you see that it will look like the feet is broken, and I'm going to do also with this one the same, but I can do it even better with my scissor. So, and this is especially a scissor which I'm using for my DIY, so don't worry. I always have one piece especially for the DIY, and I'm going to go this one, and then I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to sand it a little, because or else it is a little bit too sharp on each side. So again, I have another feet which is broken. So I have 2 of them, and I'm going to paint both of them in the brown color. So, and for my gingerbread man, I just use a simple acrylic paint. So you can choose any color you like. So I'm just going to give it a nice brown look. I don't know if it's, I think it's a little bit too brown. I have to see how it is drying up. So we will see. So I'm going to paint both of them. So now I did paint my gingerbread man, of course, in the brown color, but I also have some wooden ladders, and these are also a little the same thickness as my pieces. And you also can use some sticker ladders. You can use anything, but I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to do the word snap. So I have the S, the N, the A, and the P. I don't know if you call it this way. We call it the P. So we call this one, and I'm going to paint also these letters in the brown color. So now I have my gingerbread man painted, the letters are painted. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do my sign, and I'm going to get my red color, and I'm going to do a little bit of the brighter red. And of course, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dab it in, and I'm just going to make little lines in between over here this way, and go around the ending only, and over here, and go over here. And so I go on this side and on the top side of this one. So before I'm going to glue my letters on here, I'm going to place this aside. I'm going to get my gingerbread man, one of them. I take a smaller brush. You see already it's a flat brush, but it is a smaller one. So I'm going to get some white paint over here, and I'm going to dab it, and I'm going to do also the sides around my gingerbread man. I'm just going to do little piece of white, so I leave little sparks open, and I go so around very gently. So this way I'm going to go around my gingerbread man. So you see I have the white little stripes around it. In a moment I'm going to do in between them, I'm going to do the red color, but I'm going to give them also 2 little eyes and a nose. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do it in the white color. I don't know if I like it. Normally I would do it in black, but I think that the brown is a little too dark, that I see the black eye. So I'm going to try maybe for the white color. I don't know if I like it or not, but we will see. So now I have my little sign, and of course I'm going to do the letter S and a P, of course, on top of here. I'm going to do a little bit of glue, wood glue, over here, just around, not too much. And I'm just going to lay it down. Very easy. Of course, I have to look that I just placing it down, doing nothing. I have to wait. I'm sorry. This was thinking in Dutch. So I do the S, I do a little bit this way. I do the N a little this way. The A will be this way. So my P has to be this way. So you always have to think in front what you're going to do. And sometimes it's easier to think in Dutch than in English. So again, over here. I'm going to do this one over here, I think. And now we're going to do the letter A over here and over here, and we place this one in between, and then we're going to look if I like it this way, and this can go a little bit to the outside, this can go a little over here, and now I'm going to press it a little bit down, not too hard, a little, and this way, and I'm going to let this dry in. So I'm going to get my small brush again, and I'm going to do some red in between my gingerbread. So I take my time for it, and of course then we're going to glue our little sign on top. So now I'm going to glue my snap sign on top of here, and of course in the middle over here, and I'm going to place my gingerbread, one on this side and one on this side, so you see it on the inside, but you see in a moment a quick impression how it really turned out. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling tile blocks gingerbread tray. And you see already I placed a gingerbread in front of my gingerbread with the broken leg, because I tried the face so many times but it didn't go today, so I have to work with it later. But you see a little bit how it was supposed to be, and I hope you are better in making faces. So at the end I'm happy how this one turned out, especially when the faces are greater later. So again, if you're new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. Also, it is sometimes a little bit of chaos and we just going to try it. If you're not subscribed, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Everyone have an amazing day, and I see you all in the next one. Bye.